Welcome back to Malachi Gaming and Talk for part 2 of my Dragon Ball Super review. If you are just now seeing this video, be sure to check the description below for part 1, where I talk about Granola the Survivor's return home, as this chapter was a story in 2 parts between Granola and Vegeta, and so I broke it up into 2 parts so the video would not be ridiculously long. Now, as we discussed earlier on this channel, in Dragon Ball Super Chapter 68, they teased Vegeta learning the ways into destruction. Well, we thankfully were not left hanging, boys. This chapter has an intermission, some may call it an act 2 of the chapter, whatever floats your boat, my dude, where we go back to see what Vegeta is doing. And oh my god, it's happening. It's happening, guys. Vegeta's getting trained in the ways of being a god of destruction. We see Beerus staring up at the planets at the start of this act. We see Beerus staring up at the planets that orbit his world, and he starts the lesson with a question. How many worlds have you destroyed? Vegeta with regret on his face. It's hard to say, as it was a way of life for my people. We had a way of racking up sin. Beerus side-eyes Vegeta. Sin, huh? Beerus looks back up. Vegeta then answers, and then after Frieza invading worlds became just a everyday thing. So you're blaming all your wicked ways on Frieza now, huh? Vegeta, no, not in the slightest. It was my father who, in pursuit for his power, built his kingdom upon a pile of corpses. Frieza didn't help, but the fate of the Saiyans was already sown. But never mind that. My people's problems aren't your concern. Here we see just how different Vegeta has become from a planet-busting Saiyan to a loving dad who would swallow his pride by the end of Dragon Ball Z, where he swallowed his pride, admitted Goku was better, was a loving dad that sacrificed his life for Trunks. And now, in the previous arc, Moro arc, we saw what he... I am just stuttering, but this is like take 5, so I'm just going to keep going. We saw in the Moro arc, he regretted what he did on Namek, and how in the Broly movie, he wasn't to blame for his father's crimes against Paragus and Broly. This is a lot of progression. And now, he's prostrating himself before Beerus, owning up to his people's crimes, and no longer taking an ounce of pride in what he has done. Like we've seen in the tournaments in Dragon Ball Super, he had a little bit of pride left, but now he doesn't. However, this humility does not get him anywhere with Beerus. How ridiculous! Vegeta, confused by Beerus' outburst as to what he said wrong. After all, wasn't he there to learn a technique used by the gods of destruction? What could that have to do with the Saiyans, he asked. Then, as cold as ice, Beerus shoots back. Plenty. Boom! Another decoration planet gone. Beerus's planet is washed in a blinding light. As the shockwave rocks the planet, the oracle fish stumbles out of his bowl, panicking, and he wiggles his way back into his bowl, uses his psychic powers to put the water back in his bowl, and just goes, whew, that was close. Whisk exasperates. If that keeps up, at this pace, there won't be any more decorative planets, while Goku is just left looking on in awe. He's not the only one, as Vegeta stammers, what was that technique? And Beerus replies, that was only a small glimpse of what I can do. And as Vegeta begins to ask how to acquire such a power, we get a goosebumps-inducing shot of Beerus slamming his palm into Vegeta's face. Oh my god! I just can't get over that shot. Vegeta is completely caught off guard, and Beerus was like, caught you lacking, smacked him into the ground. And it was at this moment he fucked up. With doubt weighing down your shoulders, that power will never be yours. Beerus growls as he pushes his hand harder into Vegeta's face. Your sins aside, feeling guilty for the sins of all sins? That's awfully self-centered of you, mortal. And Beerus proceeds to slam Vegeta into a tree. Then, we finally get the moment we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this moment since Resurrection of Frieza. Beerus reveals that the one who allowed Frieza to eliminate the Saiyans was himself, Beerus. And if Vegeta still feels that's destiny, Beerus will I'll obliterate you too. Then, consumed with a blinding rage, Vegeta jumps into the battle, Super Saiyan Blue alight, and then the fight really begins. With Goku and Whis watching from the sidelines, Vegeta charges at Beerus and tries to flank him and hit him with a kick in the back to knock him off balance. However, Beerus flawlessly dodges this, bounces off Vegeta, who then throws a volley of ki blasts and prepares to slam Beerus with a double axe handle, only to realize, like a ninja, Beerus has given him the slip, who promptly bunny hops off Vegeta's face. I messed up in my script right here. Bunny hops off Vegeta, pushing him face first into the ground. As long as you're weighed down by your past, you'll never progress, Beerus shouts at him. Then Beerus ends the fight by placing a hand to Vegeta's armor and says, Hakai, or destruction, depending on if they translated that. From Goku's view, all we see is a little dot. That's Vegeta. That little dot flying across the sky with a trail of smoke following it across the horizon is Vegeta, barely conscious, and he hits the ground in base form, reeling from the explosion that he was just hit with. A chunk of armor is missing, and a crater is formed where he lands. And then, because Vegeta hasn't got the memo yet, Beerus just lays it on him. Listen, my mind's always on destruction, and nothing else. That's why there's no limit to my power. You're gonna have to destroy any stray thoughts and recreate yourself from scratch. Before creation comes destruction. Look at Beerus teaching Vegeta that you can't just let mistakes weigh your soul down, and especially not those of everyone else's. Everyone else's mistakes can't be weighing on your mind, Vegeta. In real life, this applies to you. You may not be able to become a god of destruction. Who knows, maybe you can. But you can't just let things weigh you down. And it will eat you up inside, and you will be stagnant as a person. And trust me, things might even get worse if you just keep it inside, if you just think of the things in the past. But this concludes Beerus' lesson, and I will get off Beerus' soapbox. How much will Vegeta be able to progress? I am not cutting that out, no matter how many times I stutter. I am tired of retaking this video. How much will Vegeta progress in next month's chapter? Now that he's realized this lesson of Beerus, where, just like we saw with Topo, you've got to let go. Your mind has got to be on the task at hand, which for the gods of destruction, that is destruction. Will we see him to attempt a Hakai like Goku did against Zamasu in the manga? Or will he fail? Additionally, will whatever Granola is able to get from the dragon that he wished for at the end of, is trying to get a wish from at the end of this chapter, will whatever wish he's able to get, because I very much doubt he's able to get the wish he wished for. There's no way a dragon other than Super Shenron can get him to be the strongest warrior in the universe. But will this affect Vegeta's lesson? Will they have to step aside and go face this? Will Granola go across the universe, or in search of other Dragon Balls, or something else? Will the Heaters go to Cereal in search of the Dragon Balls and cause chaos there? By the way, I forgot to mention that they tapped into Android 7.3's memory and learned about the Dragon Balls from him. So, will they go to Namek? Will Namek be at risk again of being blown up? Well, we know it wasn't. Well, was it blown up in the Moral Arc? I don't remember. I know all the Namekians were pretty much drained, but I'm getting distracted. Will the Heaters and Granola go after the Super Dragon Balls? Will this tie into him finding about Zuno and Because we already know the Heaters are paying a visit to him. Are they going to go to Earth and cause trouble there? Are they going to go get the Super Dragon Balls and a whole fight over that's going to take place? Well, we'll just have to wait till March 19th to find out. Because Dragon Ball Super is a monthly release manga, unlike One Piece, which has been weekly, except for when the author takes a break. However, I haven't done that video on the most recent chapters on purpose because they've been so short. But don't you worry, I haven't forgotten about One Piece. That will likely either be my next or the one after when it comes to talking about anime on this channel. And if you want to see more, make sure you drop a like and hit that notification bell, subscribe, and hit all notifications on that notification bell to get anime videos from me and manga discussions. I am discussing in the Dragon Ball Super and One Piece manga right now. I'm just waiting for more details on the Kaido battle so I can do it all at once. Because this battle is hype. It really is. Excuse me. If you liked today's video, remember, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Oh, and when it comes to Patreon, I am going to be changing the tiers to where it's just the cheaper tier of $1.99 for those on a budget, or I will change it to just $3.69 with a mention at the end of every video. However, I have not done that yet, and as of now, everything on those tiers is moot until I start talking about it. However, I have no patrons yet, but I will. What I am going to be planning on changing the Patreon tiers to is $1.99 for budget, but you don't get a mention at the end of the video. You do have my thanks, but you don't get a mention. However, $3.69, that you'll get a mention. However, anything higher that's on my Patreon page, don't pay attention to it, because I'm about to change my entire Patreon tier after I get done uploading this video. But you can get some free stocks with a deposit of $100 on Webull in the link below, or you can get easy access to cryptocurrencies like Doge on Crypto.com, or on Coinbase you can get Bitcoin. Well, you can get Bitcoin on Crypto.com, but Coinbase is a bit easier to use. Crypto.com is a hassle to sign up, so maybe I might stop doing that as a promotion. But anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Keep following this channel for more Dragon Ball content. Peace.